guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from Pop Nail Polish. This is their All Hallows Eve collection that releases Saturday the 23rd. There are 7 shimmer polishes in this collection and they all glow in the dark. So in between each swatches, I'll show you my swatch photo like normal, and I'll also add in a photo of what it looks like in the absolute pitch black dark. Also releasing with Pop Nail Polish on the 23rd is something called their Pop Pots. I'll leave pictures at the very end of these as well. They're little pots of glitter to put over your manicures. They're just so cute. These sell for $1.50 for 1 gram, $2 for 2 grams, or $3 for 3 grams, and I will let you know what each gram is that I received and just show you how much is kind of in them. I will leave in the description box Pop Nail Polish's Instagram page as well as my Instagram page. I will also link their storefront where you can find these polishes on the 23rd. She'll only be making this batch one time, so once it sells out, it's gone. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the swatches. So first up is Poison Pumpkin, and this is a bright orange polish with gold and green sparkles. This circle bottle, it actually kind of looks like a pumpkin. So here's our first coat of Poison Pumpkin. This goes on very nice and very smooth. This one is just a little bit sheer on the first coat. It actually has really good coverage for being an orange polish, but I do still see my nail line just a little bit, so I am going to go in for a second coat. So here's our second coat of Poison Pumpkin, and this one does cover completely in 2 coats. This one is just a little bit on the thick side as far as the formula goes, but it doesn't make it hard to use by any means. This one will also dry very fast and very textured, so a good top coat. So there's 2 coats. And then here is my glow-in-the-dark swatch photo. Next up is Bubbling Cauldron, and this is a light olive green polish with blue and gold sparkles. Here's our first coat of Bubbling Cauldron. And this one is just like the last polish, just a little bit on the thick side. Not hard to work with by any means though. This one also has a little bit of a sheer coverage on the first coat. It's not sheer by any means, it's just a little bit more sheer. Here's our second coat of Bubbling Cauldron, and this one does cover completely in 2 coats. This one is also a little bit on the thicker side as far as formulas go, and it will also dry very fast and very textured. So here's my glow-in-the-dark photo for Bubbling Cauldron. Next up is Trick or Treat, and this is a berry purple polish with red and violet sparkles. Here's our first coat of Trick or Treat. This one has amazing coverage on the first coat. This could almost be a 1-coater if you did a thick enough coat and manipulated it just enough. I will say this one did stain my nails just a little bit, so a good base coat. So here's our second coat of Trick or Treat. This one is a little bit thick as well. This one did cover completely in 2 coats for me. This will also dry very fast and very textured. So there's 2 coats. And here's my glow-in-the-dark swatch photo of Trick or Treat. Next up is Poltergeist, and this is a deeper blue polish with blue sparkles. And here's our first coat of Poltergeist. This one actually has an amazing formula. It is a little bit more thin than the rest of the collection that we've already talked about, but it's not thin by any means. It's got a great formula, very easy to use, very easy to work with. And this one did not stain me. So here's our first coat, and here's our second coat of Poltergeist. This one does cover completely in 2 coats for me. This one also, like the rest of the collection, will dry very fast and very textured. So there's 2 coats. And here is my glow-in-the-dark photo of Poltergeist. Up next we have Nevermore, and this is a grape purple polish with purple sparkles. So here's our first coat of Nevermore. And this one has a really nice formula too, pretty easy to work with, a little bit on the thicker side like the first few polishes in this collection, but not difficult to work with by any means. Again, I had no staining with this one for being almost a 1-coater. So there is our first coat. And here's our second coat of Nevermore, and this one does cover completely in 2 coats for me. This is another one where if you worked with it enough and did a thick enough coat, you could get it completely opaque in 1 coat. This one, like the rest of the collection, will dry very textured and very fast. So there's 2 coats. And here's my glow-in-the-dark photo of Nevermore. Now we have Something Wicked, This Way Comes, and this is a black jelly polish with red sparkles, and I believe some gold if I'm not mistaken. So here's our first coat of Something Wicked, This Way Comes. This is another one with an amazing formula in this collection. Very easy to work with, not too thin, not too thick. Again, this is a jelly polish, so it is going to look very three-dimensional on the nail. So there's our first coat, and here's our second coat of Something Wicked, This Way Comes. This one does cover completely in 2 coats for me. And this one will, like the rest of the collection, dry very fast as well as very textured, so a good top coat. So there's 2 coats. And here's my glow-in-the-dark photo of Something Wicked, This Way Comes. And finally we have Hallow's Eve, and this is a silver metallic polish with silver flakies. And here's our first coat of Hallow's Eve. This one has the best formula in the collection in my opinion. Very easy to work with, very easy to use, not too thick, not too thin, no running, no pulling, anything of that sort. So there's our first coat, and here's our second coat of Hallow's Eve. This one does cover for me completely in 2 coats. Depending on your application, you could probably get away with 1 coat. This one, like the rest of the collection, will dry very fast and very textured. So there's 2 coats. And here's my glow-in-the-dark photo of Hallow's Eve. So from this collection, I actually really liked Bubbling Cauldron. I think it's such a unique color. It's really pretty for like Halloween time. I absolutely loved this. So that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this collection. If there's anything that stood out to you, anything that you plan on picking up. Give this video a thumbs up if you've liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more like it. And I will talk to you again next time. Bye!